Hey guys, today we're back with another firearms review. And today on the channel we'll be reviewing the TWC Black by Jacob Gray. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the TWC Black by Jacob Gray. This is the TWC 9's newest iteration pretty much. I know they're also coming out with a Hex which looks pretty good, but today we're going to be featuring the Black. So what we're going to be looking at is a few things it comes with from factory, which is two Checkmate 17 round magazines. These are your standard 2011 magazines, double stack 1911s depending on how you want to look at it, and a few different other things up here such as the lock, your different plates. Depending on which option you buy, it can come with an Acro plate, RMR plate, RMR, RMSC, Delta Point Pro, and a few different other ones, but here we have one with the RMSC. This is a ZT 3MOA dot, what we have on it today. You got your normal Jacob Gray box and everything else. So in today's review, we're going to be checking this out, and we're also going to be looking at the differences in between the TWC Black and the original TWC 9. So right off the bat, you still have your normal front cocking serrations. You have your Picatinny rail. This one here, as you can see though, has a threaded barrel. You can now get them with a threaded barrel. We also got a normal barrel as well, but I like the threaded barrel in most of these pistols like this. Still have rear cocking serrations in the back just like the TWC 9. You have a new squared off trigger guard, that way it can work with more holsters. Very upswept in the front, that way that you can get a very good high grip on the gun, which they had that in the original one as well. Same beaver tail, same back strap, and the new one has a checker grip. We're going to actually jerk out the TWC 9 here in a second just to compare them, but that is pretty much the biggest differences in them. But this right here is a very beautiful firearm. I mean, if you're looking at all 2011s on the market, you know, most of them look close, if not a little bit different. But this one right here really sets itself out because you have a full dust cover. You have that shark look right there in the front. Everything looks perfect on it, and they're very, very smooth firearms. So what you would expect of a $3,000 pistol. So now let's go ahead and jerk out the TWC 9. And in this comparison, we're really not going to be saying which one is 100% better than the other, if there is one 100% better than the other. They have some positives on each and some negatives on each, and then we'll actually look at that. And what you can tell here, they're pretty much bag close to the same firearm. A little bit of design differences here and there, but your main design, such as the front cocking serrations, rear cocking serrations, overall look of them, they're going to be very, very similar. One difference that caught me off guard that I didn't even know was that this one here has 3 Picatinny rails, this one here has 4 slots. So a little bit difference in that. I think that they redone that just to fit most of the, I guess you would say, most of the lights that are currently used for full-size lights, such as a Surefire X300. Because I know on this one it was a little bit offset, but on this one right here it looks absolutely perfect. That being said as well, you have a full stainless barrel whenever this one is actual coated black. I think it's an DLC coating. As you can tell, there's not a single place on it. One, we've already put 600 rounds down range with this pistol here today. As you can tell as well with this one, the sides of them are slick. In my original TWC 9 review, I did state that that was something I didn't much care for. Looking back on it, it wasn't really that big of a deal. It has such a great feel to the gun anyway that it doesn't move anyway in your hand, but I still do like a little bit extra stippling on the sides. One great thing about the TWC 9 versus the black though is that if I want to carry this concealed or whatever else, this was not going to tear up my shirt or my sides or whatever else. This one here, it's not going to tear it up either, don't get me wrong, because it's really not that aggressive of a grip. It feels good in the hand, don't get me wrong, and it does feel better than the slick sides. But at the same time, though, I don't think this one's going to tear up your shirt either. But if you want to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible, TWC 9 original might be the best way to look. As you can see, you have the rounded trigger guard versus the squared off one. To be honest with you all, I prefer the rounded one just by the looks of it, but they do state that the TWC Black's new squared off trigger guard fits more holsters. Both of them fit in the Safariland 5-inch 2011 holster, which this one here. And technically speaking, this is for a 5-inch staccato, which I think is the XC. This one here we ran for every single 5-inch 1911, 2011 on the market, and it's fit every single one of them up to this point. We do have the plug a little bit out of it, and we could also take the plug fully out of it and it would work fine as well. But this one here, and we did earlier have it hooked in with a X300, and it fit perfect with it, and also the TWC 9 did as well. But thank you to Safariland for sending us this holster for the review. And like I said, if you're looking for anything to fit a 5-inch 1911, 4.25, 3-inch, anything that can fit a Surefire X300, the Staccato XC holster is the way to go for you all. So, getting back to the little bit of differences with it, just a little bit of different design with the plate. This one right here locks in a little bit better, the TWC 9 does, than the actual normal black one. The black one now, though, the plates fit a little bit better, make the optic look a little bit better, especially with a RMSC, where it doesn't fully take up the entire plate just because they're so compact. But you know, it is what it is. But once again, now you can get a threaded barrel in this one, and to my knowledge, I don't know if you can get a threaded barrel yet in this one or not. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Both the pistols, though, build quality is absolutely perfect. TWC 9, smooth as butter. TWC black, which we have not cleaned this one today. Not as smooth, in my opinion, than the TWC 9, but like I said, we haven't cleaned this one at all today, but it's still very, very smooth of a pistol. But overall, guys, both very, very nice pistols, and you can't go wrong with either of them. I do prefer the TWC black, though, just because of that fully blacked out look. So, triggers are a little bit different. You have a skeletonized trigger on this one. Both of them is still flat-faced. Both of them still has the ridges built into the actual trigger, and they both feel great. I do say, though, that the TWC black has a lighter trigger, but the reset is a little bit less. The TWC 9 has a heavier trigger, more, in my opinion, for concealed carry, but the let-off is a lot quicker. It just pushes your finger off the trigger just a little bit more. I talked to the guys at Jacob Ray. They said that they didn't really plan to change that much, so it might vary just a little bit per model, but I will say that my TWC 9 does have a better trigger reset, but my TWC black has a better, lighter trigger overall. But guys, that will be about the main differences in between the TWC black and TWC 9. It really just depends on which one you prefer to the eye more. Like I said, the black just looks better to me because I like all black guns. Either I like all stainless or all black. I don't really like to mix them up that much. But this all black, guys, looks just absolutely perfect. That being said as well, we ran a suppressor on it today. Suppressor ran fine. Never ran into any problems at all with it. We did run into a little bit of a problem, though, with our lighter ammunition, our 140, or not lighter as in grain, but lighter recoil in 147 grain. We used some, I think it's Shush ammo by Callaway Ballistics. We did have a few different problems with that, just not wanting to go in the battery. We did change that up and run the 147 grain Remington. No problems at all with that. And the suppressor we was using with the AAC Tyrant 9. So pretty light overall can, but we did see a little bit of problems out of the Callaway Ballistics ammunition, but we didn't see none out of the Remington 147 grain subsonic ammunition. So it is what it is. Something else that we seen today with the TWC black. We actually was going to run some staccato match ammunition in here, and one problem we ran into, racked the gun, went into the chamber, and the gun completely locked up. Hadn't had that happen before with any other pistol we tried. For some reason, I don't know, but it did lock up with this one. Come to find out, the ammunition is just a little bit too long, and it wouldn't feed into the throat of the barrel. After that, I tried it with every single 9mm I had out here from my SIG P320. Worked in that one. My Beretta worked in that one, but the Kimber 9mm that we're also reviewing on the channel right now, it done the exact same thing with it. So it's just not the TWC black. There's something a little bit different with that ammunition, where the full metal jacket, the match ammunition that they sell, it was just a little bit too long, and it locked up that gun, and it locked up this gun. So it's not the gun in general. It's that design of the ammunition. Like I said, it worked in Beretta, worked in the P320, but did not work in these tighter tolerances guns. Like I said, I don't know if it's because of the tighter tolerances or if it's just because of the angle of these 2011s, but it just did not work in either of them. You would think that it would have worked in this one and the 1911, but where it worked in the staccatos, but I don't know. I guess it's just something off a little bit about that ammunition to where it wouldn't work in both of the Kimber 1911 and this one. So might be a little bit finicky with ammunition. That being said, though, we also ran it with, like I said, the Callaway ballistics without the suppressor, Remington 147 grain, Federal 147 grain, MagTech CCIs, and the Staccato range ammunition. Not a single problem one, and not a single hiccup out of this gun at all with any of them other ammunition. So once again, we're kind of blaming that one on the Staccato match ammunition for right now. But overall, though, guys, $3,000 pistol, is it worth the money? In my opinion, it is, because, like I said, you're getting a 2011 here, 1911 double stack that is going to be different than any other one on the market. Like I said, you can look at a bunch of different 2011s or 1911 double stacks, however you want to put it, and all of them have that similar look to them. There's just something about this TWC black that looks a whole different than any other one. Like I said, it's built by aerospace engineers pretty much, is the easiest way to explain it. Tolerances are very tight, very, very accurate gun, and they're just hard to beat overall. That being said, you all have seen my review on the TWC 9, absolutely loved it, and it's going to be the exact same out of this one here. But if I had to pick in between getting the TWC 9 and the TWC black for what I go for and what I do, which is range and everything else, I would probably go for the black than the TWC 9, mainly just because I love that black. I looked at it, and I liked where it has a little bit more of a texture on the grips. That being said, though, TWC 9 is no slouch, and if you're looking for something more, a little bit more towards concealed carry, not just sitting out on the range and shooting all the time, the TWC 9 might be the way to go. But once again, this isn't really a comparison video. I just thought that you all would want to see that because they have released 3 different models of this TWC 9 in the last year, and I thought that was something that I might be getting a few questions on. But guys, overall, this right here is a very smooth and very nice pistol, and I absolutely love it. But if you have any questions or comments about the TWC Black, please leave in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, with everything that you're getting with this pistol here, I 100% think that it is a very great deal. But guys, I appreciate the guys over at Jacob Gray for sending this to the channel to review. Like I said, if there's anything that I would have seen out of the ordinary or whatever else, we would have let you all know in today's review. As you all know, if you've been a fan of the channel of any time, we don't pull no punches. Doesn't matter if we get sent the gun for free or not. We tell 100% the honest truth. And besides the little bit of hiccup we had with the Staccato ammunition and with a little bit of hiccup we had with the Callaway ballistics ammunition with the suppressor on it, I think that this gun right here would do whatever you need it to do and do more than that. But guys, appreciate y'all viewing. Once as always, like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.